Her eyes held a quiet sadness, and her tiny hands clutched an old, worn-out teddy bear. Every day, like clockwork, she sat on the same bench just across from the city's tallest corporate tower. People walked past her in expensive suits, rushing to meetings, calls, and deadlines. But she just waited. For what? No one ever asked. Her name was Aaliyah. Only 7 years old, but life had already taught her more about pain than most adults ever face. One rainy evening, a black luxury car pulled up outside that same tower. Out stepped a tall man in a tailored suit, with eyes colder than winter. His name was Zion, the city's most successful and feared millionaire CEO. He owned companies, buildings, and brands. But what he didn't own was love. His driver was late that day. Annoyed, he checked his phone again and again. That's when he noticed her. The little girl with messy hair and hopeful eyes sitting alone under the gray sky. She walked up to him slowly. No fear. No hesitation. Just honesty. She looked him in the eyes and softly said, "Sir, I don't want toys. I want a dad." Zion froze. The words cut through his cold heart like a warm knife. He stared at her, speechless. "Where do you live?" he asked, barely able to form the words. She replied, "I live near the orphanage down the road. Mama went to heaven. I'm alone now." He took her to a nearby cafe. Ordered food. Listened as she talked about how much she loved drawing, how rain made her feel safe, and how waiting was the thing she hated the most, because she'd waited her whole life for someone who never came. That night, Zion couldn't sleep. Her words echoed in his mind. "I want a dad." This was a man who had everything, money, power, even respect. But no child had ever called him daddy. No one had ever held his hand because they needed him, not for deals, not for fame, but just for him. He visited the orphanage the next day. Spoke to the director. Did the paperwork. Background checks. Every step felt heavy, uncertain. But something in his heart told him, this was the only thing that really mattered. 2 weeks later, he returned. Aaliyah was on that same bench. This time, she had a new teddy bear, given by the orphanage. But her face still looked empty. He walked up, knelt down, and handed her a plain brown envelope. Inside, adoption papers. "Aaliyah," he asked gently, "would you like to be my daughter?" She didn't say a word. She simply hugged him tightly. Tears rolled down his cheeks, maybe for the first time in 20 years. That day, something in both of them healed. Today, Zion drops her to school every morning. Helps her with homework every evening. He keeps her drawings in his office, framed right next to $1 million awards. His staff says, "Sir, you've changed." And he smiles. Because he finally has something that money could never buy, a reason to come home. Oh, and yes, at Aaliyah's request, Zion donated a whole art room and library to the orphanage. Because sometimes, a child doesn't need toys. They just need someone to call dad.